Hello, I'm Alan Hesse. I'm the author of the comic book, The Adventures of Polo the Bear, a story of climate change. And Polo the Bear is right here with me. He's come all the way to Ecuador, where I live, and we're standing by the Laguna Mica, which is a lagoon inside the national park where the Antisana volcano is. Polo's here to visit me and talk about climate change in the Andes, where we are now. Ecuador is only responsible for about 0.1% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Yet it is highly affected by climate change. And in the Andes, the rate of warming is nearly double that of the global average. The main impact of global warming in the Andes is on water sources. This means that either there is too much water, causing flooding, landslides and all sorts of damage, or not enough water, meaning low or irregular rainfall, extended droughts and water shortage, which means crops and livestock perish, along with the livelihoods of thousands of people who depend on them. For this reason, water management is one of the top climate change adaptation priorities in Ecuador, as well as in most other countries. One of the most serious effects in the Andes of global warming is on glaciers. Antisana, where we are now, although you can't see it, holds Ecuador's largest glacier. There are 7 in all of Ecuador, and this is the largest of them all. Glaciers in the Andes are all under threat. One of Ecuador's glaciers has already lost 96% of its cover. Scientists predict that in 5 years it could have melted away completely. Polo was very keen to see these places for himself because, as he finds out in his own adventure around the world, climate change truly is global. And in the sense that what happens in one place will affect places very far away, even if they are on the other side of the planet. For example, most greenhouse gas emissions are created in industrial areas that can be very far away from these mountains. Yet they still have an effect here, as we can see with the shrinking glaciers. In some parts of the Andes, entire lakes have already dried up because of this. Polo will want to know what the solutions are. It's a good question because there are always solutions. In the Andes, it's really all about protecting those water sources. That basically means preserving natural ecosystems, such as forests, and in this high altitude moorland, this grassland that you see around you called páramo. Because these are the natural water regulators. When they are healthy and work properly, they make sure there is always the right amount of water. Read Polo's next blog to find out more. You can find it on his website, www.climatebear.com. While we're up here in the Andes, I'd like to present you this comic book, The Adventures of Polo the Bear, a story of climate change. It's a funny comic full of adventures and lots of action. Polo travels the world, meets all kinds of crazy characters, and hopefully it will help you learn a thing or two about climate change, not only the problems and the effects and the causes, but also the solutions and what people and governments are already doing all around the world to fight climate change.